Hello children, welcome to our English teacher video lessons. So far we have gone through the third unit now children, and we have completed reading session. Yeah, what's that? Swami is expelled from school. Okay, and we have moved to post reading activities also, and I have given you one exercise and a vocabulary children. Have you completed it? Okay, if you haven't completed it, look back. Yeah, go through that, do it, then watch this session. Okay children? Okay, now what's our activity? Okay, next we shall go to these phrasal verbs under vocabulary items. Okay children? Before going to this session, I would like to ask you one question children. Do you know parts of speech? Yeah, very good. I need not go for all those parts of speech again. It's a waste of time children here. Okay, if you have any doubts, you go for all those parts of speech before watching this video. Okay, what a verb is noun, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection, all those things. Okay, yes, just know about all those things and then come to this session. Okay, children. Okay, now before phrasal verb. Okay, before going to deal with this, I would like to ask you one question, children. Phrase, what does it mean? Yeah, yes, it is a group of two or more than two words. Can you give examples? Cat, is it a word or a phrase? Yeah, good word. Then phrase, a cat, good. Cat is a word. A cat is a phrase. Elephant, it's a word. An elephant, it's a phrase. Marker, it's a word. A black marker, it's a phrase. Good. Board, word. A whiteboard, phrase. Yes, a white drawing board, a phrase. Okay. Here in a white drawing board, a white drawing board. Four words are there, no? That means here a phrase gives us a sense, but it doesn't make a complete sentence. Okay, isn't it? So here in all these phrases we have two or more than two words which gives us a sense, but they do not make a complete sentence. Okay children, isn't it? Now phrase, then what is phrasal verb? Verb is there. Generally we add adjectives or noun complements to make a phrase. Then what does it mean? A phrasal verb. What's it? Okay, let us have a look at those phrasal verbs now, children. Can you give some examples for the verbs? Come on, give some examples for the verbs. Yeah. Eat. Yes. Drink. Yeah. Look. Yeah, good. Watch. Good. Bring. Good. Keep. Good. Run. Okay. All these are nothing but verbs. We have innumerable verbs. Okay. Now activity verbs as action verbs. Number of action verbs are there. When this particular verb is associated with a preposition or another adverb, it becomes a phrasal verb. Example, let us have look. Look is a verb. Look at. Look for. Look out. Look into. Okay, look after. Okay, look up. Here all these are prepositions or adverb. Sometimes these prepositions act as adverbs in the given, depending on the given context, children. Okay, here when this verb is associated with the prepositions or adverbs, they become phrasal verbs. Okay children, now let us see one by one. Let us take one particular verb. Okay, which verb? Can you give one example for the verbs here that we are going to deal about phrasal verbs? Yes, it's a quite simple word. Look. we can let us have this word today in our class. Look. What do you mean by the word look? Yes, to see. But when it is associated with different prepositions, it gives us a different meaning in each phrasal verb. Yes. For, after. Come on. Out, up, in. Yes. Into, through. Okay. Here all these are the different prepositions. Now we shall move on. Okay. One after one. From one after one. Look through, look at, look for, look after, look out, look up, look in, look into. These are the various phrasal verbs we can say. But suppose if we take a particular phrasal verb, example look for, the meaning of look for is quite different from the meaning of look. In the same way, the meaning of look after, the meaning of the phrase look after is quite different from the word look. And in the same way, likewise, look out, quite different from the word look. Look into, quite different from the word look. That means they never give us independent, they are never similar to the parts that are independent in the given phrase. Look means just to see, but when it is associated with different prepositions, they give us different meanings in a given context. Let us see one after one. Children, look for. Look for is a phrase. When do we use this look for, children? Here, do you know the meaning of look for? Okay, look for means search. Look for means to search. Here, when do we search the things, children? Yes, when the things are misplaced or when we lose things. Okay, children? And it's a quite common experience in our schools, no? Most of your classmates are seniors or juniors. They lose things either in the playground while playing or within the class while doing their work or when they are away from their class. Likewise, sometimes they may lose the things on their way home or on the way when they come to school. Okay, isn't it, children? So at the what do they do then? They try to find out their things. Okay, here in that case we use this word look for. Just imagine the situation. Your friend has lost a purse in the playground while playing. Then we can use this situation. Suppose if she was finding her thing, lost thing, then we can say she was searching for her lost thing, or she was searching for the pen she had lost. Okay, the previous day, or he was searching for his book that he had lost in the playground. Okay, right. In those situations, so try to use this in your daily conversation, children, because it's a quite common experience. Sometimes you also may lose things. Then you can say, I am looking for my thing. I lost my pen. I am looking for my pen. Suppose if anybody come to you and ask you, what are you looking for? You can say, I am looking for my lost pen, or I am looking for my purse. Likewise. Okay, children, isn't it? Then look at. Look at. That means here to have a look at the particular thing. Look at this boat. Look at that picture. Okay. Look at that window. Just having a look. Look at that poster. Look at that chart. Likewise, we can give number of examples. In your classroom, you have number of things. Okay. You have number of charts. Number of paintings. Yes. Number of posters. Number of drawing sheets. You can ask your friends, Ramu, look at that painting. Or Sunita, look at that picture. Hey, look at that map. You can ask likewise. Children, come on, use that expression also in your daily conversation. It's very easy. We can use our English in our daily conversation. Whatever that we learn in our classrooms, we can use it in our daily conversation. Then only you learn to speak English, children. It's not at all a difficult task. Okay. Now look. Okay. Look at is over. Look for is over. Now let us take look after. Look after means take care of. Okay. Take care of. Children, who take care of you? Yeah, parents. Parents take care of their children. Okay. And when you are in a hostel, who takes care of you? Warden. Yeah, good. Warden takes care of his or her wards. Okay, children? Right. Then patient. Suppose if she is in, a patient is admitted in the hospital, who takes care of? Yes, nurse. Nurse takes care of. Yes, nurse takes care of the patient. Okay, isn't it? Looking after means taking care of. Okay. So, can you use this in your daily conversation? It's very easy. You can use, children. Yeah, my mother looks after me. My father looks after me. And my sister, when my parents are away, my sister looks after me, or my brother looks after me, or I look after my younger sister or younger brother. Likewise, you can use in your daily conversation, children. Who looks after you when your parents are away? You can ask in that way also, children. Okay, next, look out. Look out. What does it mean, children? Look out. Suppose, just imagine the situation. You are walking on the road along with your friend and you did not notice the car coming towards you. Then immediately your friend alerts you. Look out, the car is coming towards you. So look out. Look out means, yes, your friend is warning you. Yes, here. So when that means keep vigilance to make you alert yourself, to make you alert yourself. Look out. Here there is no object, intransitive. Yes, it is imperative sentence, no, children. Look out. In such expressions, in such situations, we can use look out. And you also, when you come to school, you walk on the road. Yes, you come to school on foot sometimes, no, children, or on bicycle. Likewise, while you are coming to school, you can use this expression. Suppose your friend is not alert, you can use look out. A bicycle is coming towards you or a scooter is coming towards you. Okay, likewise. So, use this expression, children. Next, look up. Look up. What does it mean? I use this phrase daily in my conversation with you, children. Yes, what does it mean? Look up. To find. Yes, to find and to find the meaning. To look up the thing. To look up the thing. Suppose if you do not understand the meaning of any particular word, or if you feel any difficulty in understanding a particular idiomatic expression or phrase, what do you do, children? Yeah, you look, yes, you open your dictionaries and look the word up in the dictionary. That means you find the meaning, you search for the meaning in the dictionary. So in such cases, you can use this expression, look up. Come on, use this expression also in your daily conversation. Suppose, yeah, I am looking up the word in the dictionary. You can say to your friend, or you can ask your friend, look that word up in the dictionary. Suppose if you want to find the meaning of any particular word, you can ask your friend, look that word up in the dictionary. Likewise. Okay, it's very easy only. Next, come on, look in. Look in means to examine for a short while. Suppose, just let us imagine the situation. In your neighborhood, a small baby is there and parents are not there. They have gone on some work. Just imagine. What do? They generally ask you to, yes, to have a look at that baby. So generally, whenever they ask you to have a look at that baby, you frequently go and have a look on that baby. Okay, that means for a short while only. Sometimes if any ailing patient is there in your neighborhood and no one is there to look after them, what do? Suppose if any person, what do? You want to, yes, you want to have a watch on that ailing patient for a short while, either on your way home or on your way to school or on your way to work. Isn't it, children? Okay. So in this way, that means here, looking means having a watch for a short while. Just it's not a complete complete watching. Just you want to know about the situation, condition of that particular person, how she is. Okay, in that, or how he is. In that particular case, you use this. You can use these words. Okay, look in. Next, look into. Here, you can use in your daily conversation, in your classroom situations. So, children, look in. Just imagine that your section is overcrowded. Suppose in your section there are 60 members. Automatically, what do? Teachers or headmaster, yeah, we look into the matter. We look into the matter and we want to divide the section into two. Okay, for smooth going of the classes. We look into that matter to divide. We look into the issue to divide the section into two. In such cases, you can use this expression, children. Into, look into. Okay, to observe, to examine. Okay. Next, look through. Look through means it's also very easy. You can use this in your daily conversation, children. Look through means to examine thoroughly. Suppose if any of your classmates did mischievous things, what do, children? Yeah, you go to headmaster and give complaint either to the class teacher or sometimes to the headmaster. Okay, then what do? Yeah, they generally look through the complaint given by you. That means they thoroughly examine the details. They thoroughly examine the matter written in that complaint. Okay, children. So looking through in such case you can use the looking through thoroughly examine. Sometimes we also look through. Yes, you also look through your notebooks before exams. No, children. You want to study the notes thoroughly to keep all those things in your mind. So look through. Okay. Next, look down. Here we can have another adverb, children. Look down. Look down. When do we use this look down? Look down means, yes, to treat someone inferior to others. But we should never look down at other people's. And sometimes you may have students, those who are not on par with you, but you should never look down at those students. Why? Because each person is unique. He or she has his or her own potentialities. So we should never look down at any other person in any aspect, children. Mind it. So that is look down. Look down. We should never treat other people as inferior to us. Okay. Next. Okay. Go through all these phrasal verbs once again, children. If you want to listen, pause the video and listen to all those phrases once again carefully. Okay, children. Now you are going to have a few more phrasal verbs. You look the words up in the dictionary. You look those phrases in the dictionary and note down the meanings and try to use them in your own sentences, children. Okay? Will you do? Come on, do it. And use all those phrasal verbs in your daily conversation. And in our Swami's expelled from our school, there we have a few phrasal verbs. You underline those phrasal verbs and use them in your own sentences, children. Here, come on, note down the assignment, children. Come on, note down the assignment. Write down sentences of your own using the following phrasal verbs. Come on, note down. Look through. Yeah. Bring out. Throw away. Cut off. Okay. Cut off. Yes. Come on, once again. Look through, bring out, throw away, and cut off, children. Okay? Have you noted down? You open your dictionaries and yes, look those phrases up in the dictionary, note down the meanings, write in your own sentences and use them in your daily conversations. Okay, children? Okay, we shall continue in our next session, children. Thank you.